All right, so we're going to do our dumb little fucking stupid bullshit ass dumb intro.
What is that?
I'm just matching your energy of how you
Why?
introduce it all the time.
No, I don't. It's a little corny.
Every single time she goes, so here's the rundown. We're going to ask you this. We're going to do that. First off, we're going to do just a little stupid intro.
No, I don't say stupid. It is corny and it's good to be self-aware. It's corny.
You say we do this corny intro.
Is it not corny? You're going to see and then you tell us if it's corny.
Okay,
ready?
Let's do it.
I'm
saying you don't have to put that idea in their mind first before they see it.
Okay, but like I like being self-aware.
Someone could be like, no, that's self-deprecating. That's not self-aware. You're putting yourself down. There's a difference.
Why?
Self-aware would be like,
I'm a corny
I bump into
person
stuff,
anyway.
so I have to like. But being like, yeah, I'm a big dumb idiot because I bump into stuff.
Okay, here's our stupid fucking intro.
Yeah,
okay,
welcome you fucks.
That's better.
You
That's
pieces
better for
of
you.
Shit. That's what we call our fans. Where my pieces of shit at? Welcome to the shitcast.
Fine. Ready? Let's do
fucking
our
do
fucking
it.
stupid
Let's
little
do it.
intro. Okay, ready? Hi, I'm Ariana.
And I'm Elliott.
And this is
Burn in the Light,
the podcast where we talk about the cringiest, wildest, and most salacious stories from people's time in comedy. Is that good? Did you like that? It was pretty corny.
That was good. I didn't think it was corny. I thought you were just introducing yourselves and saying the name.
Don't
but
put yourself
saying it
down.
in unison is corny. Saying it in unison is corny.
Well, yeah, but what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
Just what you
Some
say
people
every
have a
other
song.
word?
Yeah.
You don't have to say it at the
I'm
same
Elliott, and
time.
I'm Ariana, and this is Burning the Light. Burning the Light.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
you got to say it
No,
together.
I mean, some people have a music intro,
We're
and
trying
we
to do
just
the Sklar Brothers.
Yeah. Oh, there are those triplets that do a word each. Those
The Percy
comics.
triplets?
Yeah, don't they do a word each?
That's
Or was someone fucking with
That
you and they
has
told
to
me
be.
that?
There is
That's a
no
lie,
way
right?
Someone would see that and be like, put him on my stage.
I would. Are you
This
fucking
fucking-
kidding?
this fucking-
I love that.
I'm gonna
shit.
They're
charge
set
tickets to
to be
this
on
theater game.
stage
Yeah.
for life.
For life.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Because
mean,
of the triplet.
But yeah, but
Mhm.
someone be, hi, we are the. It's like, what kind of fucking theater game is this shit?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
I have
awful.
Well, you're a twin.
Yeah.
Wait, let's
Oh.
intro you, and then I'm gonna ask you a
Okay.
burning
Okay.
question. Okay.
People are like, who the fuck is it?
Today
Just
we
like,
have.
that's not corny.
Who's this person who defended the intro?
Well,
I really like that.
I'm so excited to have you here because we've rescheduled a few times,
Yes.
and it's like such a delay. I'm so glad that you're here. You're a JFL new face this year. You tour with Anthony Jeselnik. You'll be on tour all next year, basically.
Yeah.
And you also have a podcast called NIGHTCOOP with your sister, Allie Ryan. But today we have Kelly Ryan.
Hello. Wow.
I always do it like a host set. Like I expect people to clap in their cars.
No,
They're
I
clapping.
appreciate
They're
that. That was
clapping.
good.
Yeah.
That was
Our
good.
pieces of shit
Yeah.
are clapping.
Yeah, our little piece of shit
Our
listeners.
little fucking turds.
This is the explicit rating.
I'm gonna cut it. We're gonna cut out the intro part too. So
Yeah.
they're just like, why are they being so like?
So
they won't have
mean.
any of the setup.
So
They'll just
and
be like,
leave
our
us-
listeners are pieces of
they're
shit.
they leave us the nicest reviews.
Fucking
It's
assholes.
so
dude.
nice. It's stupid.
Grow
We
a
have like
pair.
3 listeners.
Grow
It's
a
great.
pair. Fight
That's
us.
great.
But
Come fight
you're
us.
okay. So you're a twin. Did you ever consider doing comedy with your twin? Because she's kind of comedy adjacent.
Yeah. No.
No.
However, she has done stand up before.
Really?
Like she just like a couple of random sets at open mics or whatever.
Okay.
And she's pretty, I mean, she's decent.
Yeah.
She's a funny person.
Yeah.
It's just I think that the lifestyle of comedy would drive her up the fucking wall.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like you meet people like that a lot who like. You actually have to be a little bit insane to
Gotta be
wanna
crazy.
do this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there you get to a point where it starts paying off, but the years where it's not paying off, you're delusional. You're
It's
driving.
delusion.
You're
Yeah.
driving 2 hours to do 5 minutes at certain places.
Yeah.
Like you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But you gotta be.
Well, where did you start doing comedy?
So technically, I started in high school. I took a class.
Oh my,
When
a stand-up comedy class?
Yeah, in
At
New York.
school?
Yeah. My
They
dad
offered
took it
that?
with me. Isn't that weird?
Oh, is your dad like a cool guy?
He's very cool, but he is odd.
Is your dad in high school?
No.
I took a class in high school. My dad.
Was
took
it-
it with me.
No. It wasn't in the high school.
Oh, it was
Oh.
during.
I was in
okay,
high
okay,
school,
okay.
but it was
like all ages.
yeah.
Okay.
So
I was gonna
I was the
say.
youngest one, if you can believe it.
Are you happy you took a class? I feel like a lot of people look down on people who take comedy classes, but I think that it's like you'd learn like how to handle the mic and like whatever.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
mean, I don't think I would have done it at 25, but
Yeah.
at 17,
For sure.
it was kind of the only thing my parents would allow. They were like,
Yeah.
look, this is a rough thing to choose to do.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into the city, but your dad's going to take it too. And we had like this class ending show or whatever. Graduation show. I did well, but when I tell you, John Ryan, my father, absolutely murdered. It was insane.
Oh
you're
my
gonna say bomb.
God.
No, he crushed so fucking hard. And to this day, family friends that were there are like, Kelly, once again, you did great. You were 17, but your dad. And I'm like, I know.
Wait, so did he have aspirations to do it? Like, does he look at you and think like, wow, like, you know, like another career, another lifetime?
Yeah, I mean, really, he's just like, if I didn't grow up the way I grew up, I probably would have saw it as an option. But
What does he do now, may I ask?
he, marketing. He's like a, consultant for marketing.
Now's the
stuff.
perfect time.
Yeah.
Social media, he can put those skills to use.
Yeah.
Well, he's thinking about going down and and doing some mics in Orange County and whatever. And I'm like, just do it.
Shit.
Well, I love
gives a
that you're
shit?
so supportive.
Yeah, why not?
We
If he sucked, then I'd be
Yeah.
like, stay inside. But
we had someone in our Seattle scene who she was very funny, and then her dad started doing it very late in life.
A strange dad.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was very intriguing to
I don't think
see
she does
that.
comedy anymore.
I don't think she does.
Which is
Interesting.
unfortunate
That
because
is
she was very
unfortunate.
funny.
She's very funny.
Yeah.
I actually just saw old
Yeah.
pictures on my phone or on my computer from an old phone of when
Mhm.
we did a show at the
Mhm.
Cha Cha. And
Yeah.
she was like straight. She was really like small,
Yeah.
but she had like a really sultry voice,
Mhm.
and she would like make a dude in the audience uncomfortable. But it was
Mhm.
like always the
That's her whole
fucking.
shtick.
But it was like
you
the
know?
broiest, like most asshole dude who's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck with the comic, and then so
Yeah.
she'd like get real close to him and like say all
Mhm.
this, and he's just like, oh, what's happening? What's
Yeah.
happening? I have a
Wait,
picture of her doing that. It's
incredible.
really
And
funny.
she doesn't do it anymore? Does his dad
I don't
still
think
do
so.
it?
Yeah.
The last time I saw, her dad's like booking things. He's
What?
He's not good, but he has his own. I'm an old guy kind of
He
thing.
knows how to sell himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just kind of like, oh, yikes, a little bit.
That
And
sucks.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at least you had a good experience with that.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
he's also a very reasonable, very smart guy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. He sounds
um,
very smart.
Yeah, he reads so much and is like philosophical.
Mm.
I
Eh,
love that.
He's fascinating.
Oh, what's your mom like? Now I have
Giggly.
to know. Oh,
She's very silly. She's a silly gal.
oh.
Yeah. She's
sweet.
always laughing, and so they make a good.
I
They
love
work
that.
together
I love
very
your
well.
parents.
Yeah.
And they're
Oh.
still together.
They're still together. They're delightful.
Kelly,
I love them.
knowing that. I love knowing that. That's so
I know.
adorable.
I got very lucky in regards to the parent department.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
it's just you and your sister, or do you have
No,
other
I have an older
siblings?
brother.
Oh, an older brother.
Mhm.
Okay.
And we're actually writing a movie. We finished it.
With
and-
this is a family affair.
Yeah.
You're very
Yeah,
close to your
damn
siblings.
Oh,
Osmonds
yeah.
Yeah.
doing everything.
I used to work for the niece of the Osmonds.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Marketing.
Oh,
I used to do.
your father.
Yeah.
I literally-
Yeah,
You
thank
do a
goodness.
stand-up comedy class. Your dad's like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go, and your
And
dad's
you're
like,
like-
I think I'm gonna take a marketing class. You're like, I'm gonna go.
I have
be
you
there.
beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. You guys
And then your
trade
dad's
places.
like, I did pretty well, but Kelly fucking crushed the meeting.
You guys need like a Freaky Friday movie version
Yeah.
of you guys switching
That'd be
places.
funny.
That'd be so fucking funny.
Yeah. I am not good at marketing.
Mm.
I was very lazy.
Yeah, I don't
Towards
think
the end
I
there.
enjoy it. It's not.
It's-
you know.
You could see how if comedy didn't exist,
Mhm.
I could see how I would do it and live somewhere I actually
Sure.
liked. And not that
Yeah.
I don't like LA, but somewhere
Mhm.
that is better than LA.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're not doing entertainment, I don't know why you're here.
Yeah.
And you're not from here.
Yeah.
if you're not from
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
yeah.
Why would you move here if
That's
you
how
know?
I feel. Yeah.
Yeah. But there are plenty of people that like move here to do things like marketing. And you're
Mhm.
like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
Why-
Maybe if I lived
why would
closer
you
to the
do-
beach or something.
Yeah, Santa
but-
Monica
yeah,
maybe?
yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. I love though that everything for you is like a family affair. Like you do a podcast with the sister, you do the class with the dad, you write a movie with your brother. Like that's
Yeah.
and they're all close here. Like they live.
Yeah,
here
they
now?
all live. So my brother lives
It's
in
absolutely
Hollywood.
adorable.
I live with my sister. And then and my boyfriend Bruce,
Yeah.
and which is funny all on its own. Little
Shout
right
out to Bruce Gray.
for living with
Yeah,
twin
that's wild.
sisters. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
That's a
my parents live in
sitcom.
Irvine.
That's a sitcom right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Wait, where are you from?
Connecticut.
And everyone's
Crazy.
just out here?
Everyone moved out here, so I came out in 2016. Then Allie came out. My brother and his wife moved out in the summer,
Okay.
late summer of 2016. Then my sister moved out in October, and then my parents moved out here in 2021.
Oh my god, they're
That's so
absolutely
cool.
obsessed with you.
Yeah, you have like a
yeah.
fucking like
Yeah.
seventh heaven family going
Yeah,
on.
we have a fun time.
Where it's like you guys
got
are
a
all
fun
you
time.
pal around.
Yeah.
You know?
This is our most adorable episode. Yeah, I did not
Yeah.
expect this at
Yeah.
all. I'm pissed
I
now.
know.
I'm like, oh. Well, it's so hard to find a creative partnership with people. So when it's already in your family, that fucking rules.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think like in terms of a podcast, if I didn't have Allie, I would have just
Right.
myself because I can't. Not only am I worried about someone else being flaky, but I know that Allie and I some days can look at each other and be like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's
There's
like,
a bond there that's different.
Yeah. Whereas same thing with my brother, like on days where I didn't want to work on the script, I'd be like, look, I'm going to level with you.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it. And he'd be like, oh, it's fine. I need a nap anyway.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
things like that. Whereas someone else would be like, Kelly never has her shit together.
Yeah.
Whereas they're like, we know she doesn't have her shit together.
Yeah.
We'll just work around
She's
it.
never had her shit
She's
together.
never had her shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
okay, you tried it in high school and then did you pretty much immediately start doing stand up after that, or was it kind of like a few years before you like really hit the scene and stuff?
So when I went to college, I did
Okay.
improv the entire time.
Okay.
And
wow.
so, but then it turned into like, improv practice was one night a week. The show was one night a week.
Okay.
I taught the younger class one night a week.
Oh my god.
And then I also started my own practice on Friday nights. And then I started Monday night comedy so I could do stand up at the university because I didn't have a car. So everything, I was doing comedy like 5 nights a week, but
Holy crap.
by my own type of like organization.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't, I had to make it there
Yeah.
because I didn't have a car.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I mean, kudos to you.
Thanks.
No, that's actually
Yeah.
really cool. Like that's the fucking way to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like
it was a lot. And
Yeah.
people, I'll tell you, rich kids are not funny. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but
Thank
they
you for saying that.
just are not.
They just aren't.
good.
they aren't.
Respectfully.
You know what? I've always said, and I do mean this sincerely. I mean, I have some wealthier friends, but like, I truly don't connect with people who were raised with money. It's very difficult for me.
No.
It's very difficult.
It's like they have their own, this is offensive.
Mm-hmm.
They have their own, they're on a spectrum.
Yeah.
It's not
They're
it's
on-
not
The wealth spectrum.
they're on a wealth spectrum. And when you get so out of touch with reality, your
Yeah.
jokes don't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like what you think is a problem
Yeah.
isn't a problem. So it'd be like
Mhm.
people would get up
Mhm.
and they would rant about something and you're like, this isn't
unrelatable.
this is
Yeah.
so unrelatable. And you've been told this is a huge difference between people that are rich
Mhm.
think being clever is the same thing as being
Oh,
hilarious.
that's a really
So
good way.
like they're like,
to
I'm
put it.
showing off how smart I am with this joke. And it's
Yeah.
like nobody
Yeah.
wants this.
Nobody
Yeah.
wants that.
Cleverness sucks.
Yeah.
Be dumb.
Be dumb.
Mail it
man.
in, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so much more fun.
Well, I think
Yeah.
we mistake a lot of like greedy people for being smart. If you're
Yeah.
just
Oh,
like
yeah.
money hungry,
That's
then
what
you're like
it's sold
oh.
as.
Yeah. Figured it out.
You can only get super rich
Yeah.
if you're smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
it's
like,
like,
Yeah.
look
No,
at
you
Elon
just-
Musk, his fucking ding dong over
Yeah.
there. Like, yeah, come on.
Whoa.
I'll say it. Elon
Yeah.
Musk, ding,
Ding
dong.
dong.
You're a bit of a ding dong.
dong.
Ding
Yeah.
dong, that fucking guy.
I did get fooled by a Onion article this morning.
Did
or
you
just
really?
a screenshot
Uh-oh.
because he just went to Israel, and so one of them was like he dropped to his knees and started crying.
Well, yeah,
because
that's
he was
just
he was so happy
that
to be
could
back
be
in an
real.
apartheid state. But it was just
Yeah.
like the picture
little
and then
thing,
a little
yeah.
bit, and I was like,
Because that could just be, the onion is getting like too close. Do you
It's
know what
too
I
close.
mean? It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
Close to the sun.
They're turning into
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Simpsons.
Yeah.
Okay, so then so how did you, I'm always curious about this for people if they have done improv and then stand up. How did you decide like which one you wanted to pursue?
There was improv is a dead end.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, I can use these skills in stand up if I need to.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was a running joke on the improv team that I wasn't actually good at improv. It was just that I was funny, and they were like, look, you teach the class, you're teaching them things that you don't do. Like like I would be like, oh, you were just really standing there and talking, and people would be like, that's what you do.
Yeah.
You literally stand on stage when everyone else is moving the scene, and you just stand there and swear a lot, and everyone's like, great job.
Oh
They're like,
God.
you're not even doing the fucking art form.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, because the art form is stupid. That's why. I'm not
You're like,
fucking
that's
doing it."
why. That's
Because
why.
you ever hear of a rich improviser? Get real. I mean,
I do love the idea of an improv teacher who all the students want to be there, and the teacher is the one that's like,
Yeah.
let's get this
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
over.
oh my God.
Well,
And
I
it was-
feel like it probably is a lot of that because they like didn't make it doing improv and now they have to teach improv.
Oh
you know?
yeah, I can't even.
Yeah.
There was there was one course that I took. My friend was like, "Oh, Dallas Comedy House had like this course
Okay.
of improv," and I nearly screamed at this guy because he was the coach or whatever. Okay, what he was a fat man, and we're in the class.
Get him.
And he's like,
Get his ass.
get his ass. He's like, okay, Kelly, you're gonna be in this scene with this other girl.
Mhm.
Okay, the scene is you're camping. Okay.
Okay.
So the girl looks at me and she goes, oh, you don't know how to use a plate. And I'm like, plate?
That's not how
What?
that works.
Whatever. So in my head, I'm like, well, it was because I was raised by wolves. Like, I'm like, how would I justify?
Yeah.
So I go, raised by wolves. He goes, stop.
Yeah.
He goes, you. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, you're trying to be funny. And I go,
Isn't that the point?
well, that's what I said. I go, aren't we supposed to? And he goes, we're not letting it happen organically. He goes, no one's raised by wolves. And I was like, well, no one doesn't know how to use a plate.
Yeah.
So whatever. He goes, take it from the top. She started from the top. She feeds me the same line.
Oh God.
Why would you do that to me? Why? She's like,
Why?
oh, you don't know how to use a plate.
And
I
I
go,
can't wait to hear what you said.
well, I go, if you don't think I know how to use a plate, you should see me use a fork. And the guy goes, stop.
Oh my God.
Stop. He goes, you're still doing it. You're not letting it be organic. And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to say? So I just go, you're right. I don't know how to use a plate. And he goes, there you go.
No. What?
That's not how improv works.
It's yes and.
It's yes, and.
He just got the yes part, but
He
also
just
it's,
wanted me to say yes and shut up.
yeah, it's
Oh,
not
what a
literal. You don't
bummer.
have to literally say yes.
Yeah. And I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm not the loser here. You're the fucking loser.
Yeah.
You're
I
the
quit.
one.
I'm doing stand up.
I'm doing stand up.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to you. They were like, oh, you used to write on SNL. Oh, yeah? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
What was
yeah,
his-
yeah.
what
Look
was
where
his
he
name?
is
Used
now.
to write on
He's
SNL.
in
What was his
Dallas,
name?
you know?
I don't even remember his name.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
But look for the fat dude who used to write for SNL.
Because
gonna be tough.
again, that is
Yeah.
He
you
wasn't
know,
even that fat. I just don't know what to say about him.
he was actually a really skinny guy.
He's actually a really skinny guy. He just felt fat to me.
Just his
based on how he was
attitude.
treating me. Yeah.
Yeah, his aura.
You're like, I just want to shame him.
I
He had a
just
real
wanna say, I don't
fat
know.
aura.
Yeah.
And you're like, and he was really hot too, so I can't call him
Oh.
ugly.
I can't call him ugly.
Yeah, that one I can't even try.
Oh my God.
No, that is really because even for improv, that's like not how you start a scene.
That's not even how you end a scene. Okay?
So it's
That's
like-
It's not
it's
even. You
insane.
should never look someone dead in the eyes in an improv
Yeah.
scene and say you do not know how to use this simple tool.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not even a tool.
It
a
was
plate.
bad from the beginning. He should have corrected her. No offense.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she was looking at me like, bitch, you're getting got right now. And I'm like, I'm not getting got because you don't know how to fucking do any of this.
She's like, ugh, you fool, just say yes.
I would actually pay money to see you teach a class because I like now in present
I'm
day.
thinking back on it and I'm like, oh my God, I was so mean to these kids. Like I would be like, what were you thinking saying that? Be like, you are not, this isn't for you. And they'd be like, well.
You're treating it like American Idol.
You're the Simon Cowell, but there's no
like,
Paul Abdul.
Yeah, they're like, you're not teaching us anything. You're just critiquing us.
Yeah. You're just kind of like wildly mean, but not in the way where it's like, oh, they made me tougher.
That scene was terrible. They're like, we know. We don't know what we're doing.
We don't know what we're doing. And I'm like, that's nice, but you're still bad. There were, oh my gosh, I felt bad. This one girl, she one time, here's the problem is I laugh when I get uncomfortable. And one time she like sat me down. She was a friend of mine, but she was like, without you teaching improv, I was thinking about taking my own life. And when I tell you, I was like, okay, how do I react to this? Because I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, I owe you my life. And I was like, that is insane.
That's so sad.
That is so.
You said that?
Well, no, I was like, oh, well, I'm so glad you're still here, obviously, but at the same time, I was like, without improv, you would have taken your life. Most people take their life because of improv. Like, what are you talking about?
Do you know what she's doing now? I hope she's just like really into improv.
I think she married a dude out in New Mexico.
Good for her.
She had like a rainbow looking wedding. Like,
oh my God, look at
turned
her.
it around.
Yeah,
she did it.
She turned it around. Yeah,
that's very funny. You being like, I was so mean to them, and she's like, you saved my life.
Yeah.
I'm like, how bad was Hum?
Honestly, you're like,
that I was good. What happened to you?
If this is a saving grace, I'm very worried about you.
The words "improv saved my life" is just crazy.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Make that merch. Make that merch.
If this was a respite for you, eesh.
Oh my God. Okay, so you start doing stand-up, and then like flash forward.
Oh, Orange County.
Orange County
Started off when I was down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're like touring with Anthony Jeselnik. Like, how did that come about? What's it like touring with him?
So I have to give all my praise to Miss Retta at the Improv because when I first got out here, I was only doing stuff in Orange County, and then I was like, you know what? I moved to Monrovia.
Oh,
which
yes. Trader Joe's.
Which Trader Joe's makes no sense. Way too far from everything else.
Yeah.
I don't.
What does that have
it
to
was
do with
cheap.
Trader Joe's?
They make the Trader Joe's products out there.
Yeah.
In Monrovia.
That is true. That is true.
No shit.
And so I was like, I started dating Bruce, and I was going to the improv mics a lot, and I pretty much just climbed through those. And then she had a section of late night at the Improv. This was before you moved down here.
Yeah.
But at like 12 a.m. on the weekends, it would be 2 more hours of comedy. And they would have an even later night. Yeah. And it was awful. But it was also like so fun at the same time. You could go up there just for 10 minutes and like just riff and just, it was really, really fun. Yeah. So then after that, she was like, okay, she's good at this. Let me have her host. And then Anthony met me through hosting.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So he met me through that. And then, I mean, she's the reason that I exist.
Retta seems so cool.
She's the best.
I'll never get up at that mic. I'm trying to go again tonight. Haven't been up in 10 months. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. The first month I was here, I would get up every single week by happenstance, and then I haven't been up in like 10 months.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's a very, same with the store. Like if you're not, submitting every week or whatever. Yeah. And that's what I always like. This girl asked me the other night, she was like, when I do get chosen for potluck, what should I do? Should I, whatever? And I was like, you kill as hard as you can.
Yeah.
There is no other, You don't need to focus on a damn thing. Just do it every 6 seconds. There needs to be a hit.
Yeah.
Every single time. You need to walk away going, I was the best on that list. No questions. Like, and when people try to make stand-up seem way more complicated than it is, I'm like, it's not.
Yeah.
Just get up there and
funny.
murder. Like,
Yeah.
there's no, and all that's going to come from is working at it constantly, making your writing more punchy or whatever.
Yeah.
But when people are like, oh, should I do this type of material? I'm like, no.
Do your best
Do
shit.
the best.
Yeah.
Play the fucking hits.
Yeah.
You got 3 minutes, kid.
You know what's crazy is sometimes people go up at potluck and it's like their first or second time doing stand-up.
You're wasting everyone's time. You're wasting everybody's time. There's no, and when people get up there and they do crowd work, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you a crowd work guy?
Yeah, but not
on 3
not
minutes.
like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Which, exactly, half of being a crowd work person is knowing when to do it.
Yeah.
And people, like, when they get up there, oh my God, I was at the improv the other night, and people are just, the way they film and start just to get crowd work. And I'm like, you don't know what you're doing. Proper crowd work is taking what someone says and then riffing on it for, 30
however
seconds
much
to a minute.
juice you can.
Exactly. It's not you keep asking over and over. There shouldn't be an entire conversation here. It should be they give you a little gold mine and then you
go on your own journey.
Exactly. But right now it's like people are like, oh, the clips. And it's like, no offense, but see how fucking well that went for the king of the clips?
Yeah.
The king of the clips is getting torn apart.
Well, also the audience members are sometimes funnier than what the comics are saying.
Exactly.
Oh, I love
Do you
it
know
when
what
the
I mean?
audience doesn't even say anything crazy, but the comic is still like, what?
Yeah.
And it's like
they
said they work at a bank. Like, well, why is that? You work at a bank?
A bank?
Yeah.
This guy's crazy.
Yeah.
No,
It's
this
like-
guy's
boy.
nuts.
Yeah, it's like,
This
what?
guy does improv.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. That was like that, shit. Who's the dude with Andrew Schultz? They have the basketball podcast together, Flagrant 2. Akash Singh? No.
Yeah. No. I know who you're talking
You know
about.
who I'm talking about.
But we don't know the name.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you go,
yeah, but I
figure.
know.
Have you guys ever seen the clip of him talking to the dude in the audience, and then it's just like this dude isn't laughing. He's a British dude, which it's like their comedy is very different, so that's a thing. But also like he's just sitting there and he's just kind of in the front and he's just watching. He's not interrupting or anything. He's not like fucking whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yo man, like what's your deal? You haven't smiled at all. And the dude's just like, it's like not really my thing. And he just fucking loses it. But this guy is just literally being like,
what do you want
like
me to do?
he's not being reaction. He's not giving him anything.
Yeah.
And he just keeps fucking going. And then they keep cutting to backstage where he's talking to the other comics about the guy.
Yeah.
And he was like, was he like that for you? And they're like, yeah, he was like that for me. He's like, yo, fuck that dude. And he's like going crazy.
But fuck him for what?
Yeah. For
Every-
what?
I saw it on Reddit. Everyone on Reddit was like, what's your fucking issue, dude? That dude didn't do anything. He literally was just like, I'm not having a good time, but I'm not making it anyone else's problem.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It was
he's just
so
sitting there
funny.
trying to be an audience
It
member.
was so
you know?
funny because
That's why
it's
front rows are empty right now. That's why I only pick on people in the back because it's like, what the fuck have we turned
say,
into?
get your ass
Yeah.
up
You
here.
know?
That'd be really funny.
There
if you
was-
notice someone in the back and then you get up
Yeah.
on stage and you go, dude in the red, get the fuck up here. They'd be
Yeah.
like, how the fuck?
Scoot up.
Yeah.
Right here. Park it.
With the
Exactly.
Bears hat.
I'm not
Come
starting
on
till you
now.
move
I
up.
got some
Yeah.
Bears material
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
need you in the front.
I
I've been
clocked you.
researching in the back. Yeah.
I went to the Comedy Mothership to meet a friend who was the bartender. This was so fucking funny. So she's like, oh, do you want to go up? And I'm like, yeah, I'd love to go up. And she goes, okay, there are seats upstairs for you to watch. I'm like, okay. I thought you meant
Yeah.
go up.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
I'll go
You're like,
watch
that's
upstairs.
fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So I go upstairs. I see two people that I know that are coming out of the green room. They're like, what are you doing here? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
I gotta go watch.
Yeah. I gotta go
Okay,
watch.
I
other
gotta go
comics.
watch.
I gotta go up.
Yeah.
I gotta go up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I go sit down. I'm like, why am I up here? I'd rather just
Right.
sit at the bar. Like I don't want to.
Yeah.
Whatever. So this guy goes up there and he's bombing. He's eating a dick, and this one woman isn't laughing. And he points at her and he goes, "What's your fucking problem, bitch?" And I'm like,
What?
What? Like, what? And he points at the guy and he goes, make sure your bitch is fucking laughing. I'm like, how is he? This is Texas. Where are the real men? Okay.
Yeah.
I want him to beat the fuck out of this guy. Well, are you out of your mind?
All of a sudden, I'm all for guns.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, I don't even look at people in Texas.
There. She doesn't find you funny. Neither do many of the men in the audience.
Yeah.
But you have to fucking talk like
and
this.
now
to
you
her?
made it 10 times worse for everyone else.
Exactly.
For everyone else. This is what it is for me. And I don't really even have a strong opinion on crowd work anymore. I think maybe I used to.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is usually when things like this bother me, it's that it's disrespectful to other comics.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're ruining the show. These people paid a lot of money to come see this show. They probably got a babysitter, you know, all this stuff. And now you're just going to like pick on someone. Like, I also don't like it when there is truly a heckler and people immediately escalate it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, there's such an easy way to calm someone down with like a nice smile and just be like, hey, we can't do that. You know, like it's so much easier. It's insane to me that people go from 0 to 100.
I'm trying to get that clip.
Yeah, 100%.
I wonder
if you
if
ever like watch a clip like where someone's shutting down a heckler and you're like, that was embarrassing for you.
Oh yeah.
Like, why did you have to talk to them like that? Like they're just drunk.
Yeah.
I've seen clips too where it's like they just won't leave the person alone, and that gives me like so much like secondhand embarrassment.
Well,
like,
and it's like people when they drink and they get in the comedy club setting, they're with their friends. They don't. 99% of the time, it's harmless. They don't even know what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. They have no idea. They think they're helping. Even.
Yeah.
You know. So it's wild. But yeah.
It's like you gotta find a way to be like shut up without exclusively saying shut up.
You have to control the room. If you don't know how to control the room when you're on stage, like there's some things that are like, you know, shit's gonna go down or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it's like that's your responsibility.
Yeah.
You know?
When I was on stage in Illinois, I'm at this place and this guy is just running around in the back, like yelling, and the staff is chasing him, and I'm just up there trying to like remain in control, make everyone think I'm in control. Everyone's looking at me like I'm the captain of this ship.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, everybody. Sorry about the man running. So I just like stopped and I was like, hey, man. And he like looked at me and was like, huh? And I go, just go. I was like, no one's mad at you. Just
get
leave.
out. Yeah.
Just leave. So he leaves and I go back to, and I was like, are we good? To the staff, and they're like, yeah, we're good. And I was like, okay, like next time.
Yeah.
I was like, if someone starts running again, can someone tell me anything?
We got a runner.
We got a runner. We got something.
Yeah.
So I get off stage and they go, yeah, that guy's been banned from here 3 times. He checked in under someone else's name. So that's how he got in. And I was like, wait,
now I want to know everything.
You don't have a picture of this guy? You can't say, don't let this guy in?
Exactly.
3 times?
And so they're like, yeah, sorry about that. And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't exactly make me feel safe. That this guy 3 times.
Yo, how much does he love comedy? That he's coming back to a comedy club 3 times.
He's like, I like to laugh, I like to run.
Yeah.
And I'm going to mix
those are
them
my 2
together.
things.
And you're
I
not
have to
catching
do
me.
both
You're not.
at the
I
same
do like
time.
that you were like, hey,
Yeah.
and he's like,
Huh?
Yeah.
Me?
He's like,
talking to
guy,
me?
He's
guy
like,
in the
do
red
the
shirt.
bit.
Guy in the red shirt and the Bears hat. Listen,
Like, who else would it
it's the
be?
same guy that we're putting in every scenario.
He's like, I'm trying to be a fan. I'm just trying to support you.
Wild. Okay, so you had a
That's-
runner. What other crazy
But also,
stories?
like, sorry, but that's literally on par with how back in the day you could vote numerous times by just shaving your facial hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dudes would just grow out a beard.
yeah.
They go vote once, and they'd shave it into a shorter beard. Go vote again, and it's
Mustache.
like he's been
Get
banned from
Hitler's
here, but
mustache.
he
Yeah.
fucking keeps shaving. He
Man,
keeps getting
but
back
that
in.
gosh darn hat.
Yeah.
That
That
hat.
Yeah.
He normally doesn't wear the hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a fake
That's
mustache.
so funny. Yeah, he puts them back on after.
Yeah.
He adds more hair. Oh my god,
so
that's crazy. I don't
funny.
think I've had anyone run around
Yeah.
a venue.
It was so funny watching from the back, but also I'm like, does he have a weapon?
yeah.
Like, what
How
are
long
we-
was he running?
A good minute there. I mean, he was running.
And they couldn't catch him?
They couldn't catch him. It was so strange.
It's like a Benny Hill thing where it's like the music is going and
Oh,
he's
yeah,
running and
he's
like
just like,
yeah.
yeah.
You see a server just like, ugh.
No, it's that that clown comes out.
Yeah, he was speedy.
Oh,
I'll tell you. Yeah.
It's always, you know what? Somebody else made a good point to me the other day that, like, comedy clubs just attract some of the weirdest people in the world.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a mix between people who are like, I want to go out to the comedy club and have a great night and whatever. And then people who are like, I've got nothing.
Yeah. This is it.
I've seen all the movies.
Yeah.
I'll go see this person that I don't know. Because comedy clubs are full of acts that you've never heard of.
Yeah.
So it's like when people come to see me just on the whim, and like every single time I can tell when they've watched a clip or not.
Yeah.
Because they get very upset very quickly. And I can see it in their face where they're like, we thought as a girl she was going to be less offensive.
Yeah.
And instead it's the other route. And
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
see it on their face where they're like, what have we done?
Yeah.
You know, it's always old people
that
are like, uh-oh.
Yeah. It's kind of, maybe it's fun though. Maybe it's fun to see them squirm a little bit.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah.
It's like once I remind them like, hey, you're just going to have to get used to this.
Yeah.
Like they're okay.
Address it and then move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is wild to me that people go to shows without
I
doing
would-
any sort of research.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
sure,
cool
yeah.
because that shows how much they trust the club, which is good. But at the same time, it's like, because people do that. I used to serve at a jazz club, and people would do that where they'd come in and they'd just be like, "Oh, who's playing tonight?" And you're like,
I would do that for a jazz
I've done it
club,
at a
though.
jazz club.
Yeah.
But I mean, that makes a little
But it
more
is
sense. But
weird.
this is like fancier jazz club. So it's like you're coming in for dinner beforehand.
You're paying a lot of money
reserving.
to
You're
see
choosing
Yeah,
a
yeah,
table.
yeah.
So it's like it's not really just like, oh, I'll just fucking walk in and see something. But comedy especially, it's like that is really. Everyone has a really different sense of humor, so it's like you're gonna have less likely to just stumble upon.
I think it depends. Like if it's showcase style, like I would totally go. Sight
Oh
unseen,
yeah.
You know, with
yeah.
a lineup.
Headliner though, that's what I mean.
Headliner
it's
is where it's a little
It's
different.
like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
But that's how it used to be back in the day, though. Like you didn't have clips
Oh,
of
yeah.
someone, you know,
Yeah.
unless
Yeah.
you saw them on late night and you happened to be up when they were on TV at midnight. You know,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
So it is. But
a good
nowadays, I'm
point.
like, it's like
old people are braver than us.
They are braver.
They
are
just
much
dive
braver.
in.
Yeah.
Even to go to a club is one thing, but to
Yeah.
go to a bar show is insane.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Insane. Yeah.
There was a place down in Orange County called the Harp Inn that they would pack out every Tuesday. The shows. Actually, oh my God, I have to tell you the story.
Please.
There was
This is what we're here for.
So one night the Harp decides to do this show
Okay.
where they ask you beforehand, will you write a bunch of roasts about people, and then people read what is written about them on stage.
Oh, okay.
So I was the first one. I'm reading these insults about they're making me laugh. I'm riffing off them. We're having fun. I'm the host of the show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's gonna be a great time. See how easy this was? You know, you just make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're reading the ones about you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I had a great time, but no one is really having fun reading the jokes. They're like reading the jokes and they're like, I don't get it. Like they're not leaning into the bit like at all.
Yeah.
And so
And you're like, guys, I got this. I taught improv.
please, everybody. Yeah.
You're like, I'm about to save your life.
Yeah. And so I write this girl that was down in Orange County. I don't think she really does stand up anymore. But she was annoying. She was annoying, and it wasn't her fault. She was annoying. She was just like we'd be at a mic, and she'd be like, "Can you hold my camera and film me?"
No,
like things like that. But she was so like dense. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But so when I was writing my jokes for her, I was like, well, I really don't want to write anything too mean because I feel like she's emotionally odd and will not, whatever. So I decided, I'm like, oh, everyone knows she uses a stage name.
Okay.
I'll write a joke about using the stage name.
Yeah.
So she's up there and she reads the joke. I forget what it was, but it was just a silly, harmless joke. She's up there and she starts crying and she reads the joke. She goes, who wrote this? Who wrote this? Who is outing me for using a name to protect my identity? Who wrote this? Screaming
She's
into
in
the
the witness
Holy
protection
shit.
program.
I am just standing there. The bartender looks at me and I'm like, don't say anything. And the two of us are, I like can't look at her. I'm like walking around. I even hit someone and I go, who wrote that? You know, like I can't believe, whatever. She gets off stage. She goes, Kelly, I'm so upset. She goes, do you have any idea who wrote this? I can't believe it. And I'm like, I have no clue. I'm sorry. Like, we don't know, whatever. She's like, this has just ruined my night. And then went off.
You know, for every life that you save with improv, you've ruined another with stand-up.
You're balancing it out.
I'm balancing it out.
You are the scales of justice right here.
Yeah, I didn't. What?
That's so funny.
Why would you do the bit? Why would you do the game if you were gonna cry about your fake name?
Oh my God, it couldn't have been that mean.
Who wrote this?
It
wasn't that mean. I was just making fun of the name.
Right.
It wasn't that mean. But she was so upset. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was
Oh
bad.
my God, Kelly, you're cracking me up.
That's hilarious.
It was bad. I've had Orange County nights were so strange. There was this guy.
Wealthy place.
The wealthy
That's
place.
Ah, yes.
Yes, there was a guy that I dated down there. He still does comedy, so I won't say his name. But he's
canceled.
He's so bizarre, very mentally ill. He knows that it's part of the bit. And for Valentine's Day, we decided to do a Valentine's Day show together.
No.
And on the way to the show, he starts screaming at me about how all boys have been molested in their lifetime. Okay?
I honestly believe him, though.
I don't know if he's right or wrong, but I was like, I don't know if every guy he's like, you have a brother, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, your brother has been molested, like screaming at me in the car. And I'm like, if he has,
you're like, did you do it?
He's like, trust me, I know.
And I know.
I was there.
I was there, and I have it on DVD.
And it was good.
It's Blu-ray, Kelly, and you know it.
And you know it. Not the basic DVD. Yeah, no, it was wild. And then we like show up to this Valentine's Day show, and I'm like shaken up because I'm just been screamed.
You just found out every man on earth has been molested. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's big news.
That's big news.
Oh, you just found out?
I just found out. I
can't
found
believe
out.
that.
And then I had to perform at a fucking pizza parlor.
You start doing crowd work like, hey man, you've been molested.
Hey, where my fellas at?
Awful. I can't even believe like when people really do skip the open mic stage.
Oh,
when people really do skip it. And it's funny when you talk to someone who has, because you're talking to them and you're like, oh, the worst is when whatever. And they're like, and I'm like, I got you.
Uh-huh.
I got you. You never did it, did
you
you?
have no idea what
You
I'm talking about.
no fucking clue.
Uh-huh.
And that's fine.
Isn't it?
And that's fine.
Just admit it.
Mind-boggling?
But just admit it.
People don't admit it. Same with rich people. Rich people,
Yeah.
if someone grew up rich, they want you to think they grew up poor.
Exactly. I grew up very middle of the good middle class.
Yeah,
good,
no, they say
a little upper, but not
they
rich.
say we were comfortable. That's what they say.
They
Yeah.
like to say comfortable.
I literally the other day heard someone talking about who in the past has said we were house poor, which I know I've told you about.
House poor,
which means they had a house, but not money for really much else, which I'm like, just sell the fucking house. But also,
I've never heard
I
that.
think it's because you don't want to pay rent, so you put all of your savings into buying a house, and then you can't afford the
but then you're
other
still paying a
stuff,
mortgage.
You know? I mean, my parents did that. Same shit. We didn't have cable or furniture for like a year, but we had a house.
You didn't have furniture for a year?
We had.
It's very bad. It's very bad.
Like
You grew up in a
year.
frat house?
We had 2 living rooms, and we had the really old couch and when guests came over and stuff. But our like family room, we didn't really have anything in there for a while because my parents, like, sometimes they would do this thing. They're immigrants, you know, and our family is from Bosnia, and they would be like, all right, do you guys want cable this year, or do you want to go see your grandma? Like, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like we would give up certain things, or like my mom would wait to buy furniture when it's on sale for like a holiday. Like,
that makes sense.
My mom was always really good with money, but we were like, I mean, we were so mad when we moved into the house. Me and my sisters were so upset. Like,
I bet
we wanted to be in the apartments that we grew up in. We wanted, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I remember when they bought the house, and my mom took us and she brought us frappuccinos at Starbucks and like showed us the house, and like, God bless my parents, you know, but like we were like, we just literally want to share a room together.
Share the family room. That's what it's called.
Stupid, you know, but you know, they worked hard. And I kind of like get that, but also like buying a house is such a barrier now that like versus like my parents as immigrants were able to afford a house. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so it's just different.
Yeah, my single mom couldn't, but you know, so I understand the apartment thing, because I was like, we're moving to a different apartment, but whatever. But like, someone who's previously said that type of stuff the other day was like, oh yeah, talking about how like lazy they are. They're like, I mean, quite a few times in my life, instead of just doing laundry, I just buy more of whatever I need. And I'm like, and I'm like, and that,
wear it,
and we're done,
wear underwear
and we're done. And I was like, and that's it. That negates everything you've just said. You don't have the option. Like, I was messing around with some of the light stuff. He's like, why don't you just buy a new one? I'm like, because I don't have money to buy a new one.
Yeah.
You have to be resourceful.
What? Wait, I was so confused. Instead of washing it, you just buy new.
Being lazy instead of going to do laundry.
So like you
just
go
buy
new socks if you don't want to do your laundry.
I've had to the only time I've ever had to do that was when I was on the road and could not find anywhere to do laundry.
Yes.
But other than that, what the fuck?
What else are you know what I like? I would never buy underwear and not wash it first. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
it depends on where the underwear is from.
No, I always wash it.
You always wash it?
Oh.
Do you always wash it?
Always.
Really?
Always.
I mean, if it's like loose, then but if it's in a pack, no.
You don't wash. You wash the pack.
Always.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want crabs. You don't know.
Interesting.
You think they're trying them on in the factory first?
No, but I understand where you're coming
from. They're like, let's make sure these stay on.
I used to be a big germaphobe, huge germaphobe. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, but also if they're. Because look, Costco, very comfortable boxer briefs. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
So
I like how you looked into the camera. Just in case potential for an ad.
If I could get sponsored by Costco.
Oh, that would
in any way.
I was born in Kirkland.
I was born in a Costco.
Yeah.
I was born in a Kirkland.
Wasn't there someone born in a Costco?
There
Wasn't
has
this a news story?
There has to be.
I'm gonna make it
or
happen.
Costco parking lot, I think.
They named them hot dog.
It was a thing.
That's so smart. You get a gift card, a membership. Hell yeah. Let's fucking go.
They make you pay for the membership.
Yeah. No.
They're like, this is Costco baby now.
That baby, that's a Costco baby. You know, you name the child Costco. Or
name it
Kirkland. Yeah.
But
Gas,
whichever.
Kirkland gas. I don't know. Whatever you want.
Dude, people don't realize at Costco that the pumps are long enough to go to the other side of the car.
Yeah.
So funny to me because people just line up. And literally the other day I went, it was the hat trick. Everyone in the line, three pumps, finished at the same time, drove off.
Really?
Me and another dude just rolled up. There was another one open right behind me, and everyone was just waiting over there. And I'm like, just go to this one. It'll reach.
Like to do that, I guess. I don't know. It kind of freaks me out a little bit. I'm pretty by the book. I'll do it if I absolutely have to, but I want it to be.
You don't
want
to go crazy.
I want it to be on my side.
I prefer it on my side.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's always the prefer. But I would rather save time.
Yeah, you can.
I would rather.
You can't, though, so I think people get used
no,
to
I know,
that.
but I didn't realize it at first. But Costco, you can, and people do it too. So it's like if you just look up, there's at least one person doing it. So that's where I'm like,
Costco membership.
What? You should get one.
Yeah, I don't need to shop in bulk really most of the time.
You know what's the trick is you go with someone who also has it and then you get
the roomie. Yeah. We went a little crazy last time we went on a Costco trip. Though. I love fucking buying cleaning supplies in bulk.
Oh,
I don't know what that does for me.
Yeah.
But I just got a crevice brush, and I'm fucking going hard in the bathroom. A crevice brush, so
What's
you can
that?
get in the nooks and crannies.
Oh,
Hey.
I see.
Oh my god.
No nook is safe. Hide
no
your
nook
crannies.
is safe. No. That is actually, my mom was so clean growing up that when I do go into people's houses, I do look at the baseboards. I know that's so sick.
No.
These aren't looking too hot right now, but we just moved the couch. So
no, I hear you. I
know?
hear you. I have been. I mean, like I used to be like a messy person, and now I cannot stand it.
What's changed for you?
I think it's just getting older and not wanting unnecessary chaos. It's like I need to know where my shit is.
Yeah.
I need to. I can't
That
do
makes
the
sense.
mess. I can't do the mess.
Well, so Jessica and I were talking about this because we were like cleaning up the house and kind of purging some things. Well, now we're just talking about cleaning. But
Welcome to the Clean Cast, you piece of shit.
She was telling me, maybe it was like Huberman Labs or something. There was a podcast or some decluttering book or something. And basically like the fewer choices that you have to make each day, like the less prone to anxieties you'll be.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing goes for decluttering of like, okay, well, I know where everything is, or I have this many socks and I know exactly, whatever, right? Whatever that is for you. And I'm not saying you can't have like knickknacks or decor or whatever, but I do notice even with myself, I'm like, I just need to have less shit. Like the more shit I have, the more stressed I just feel every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if that's why phones are causing so much anxiety.
Oh, I'm sure. Nothing makes me feel better than clearing
well, but
my
I
phone.
mean,
hate this thing.
Yes,
I hate this thing.
It's a 12
because
what is this? It's well, first of all, I dropped it in an elevator, so there's a crack now. I don't know what but I hate the phone.
Yeah.
I hate how addicted we are to it. This is someone who's on it for forever all day. But I just it's the constant comparisons to other people. It's how much access these people who don't do stand up have to us to tell us what sucks and what doesn't suck and whatever. And it's like, people say like, oh, well, if you want to be in the public eye, you need to handle this type of criticism. No. It wasn't like this though. We had magazines and that was it.
10 years ago. Even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It
now
wasn't
it's
this
like,
bad.
I gotta fucking value the opinion of some dildo in Idaho who can't even fucking spell there correctly.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nothing pisses me off more.
If you're gonna insult me, do it correctly.
Yeah.
Also, not the person you want to insult. Like, you don't want to insult Kelly Ryan. She did improv. Like,
she'll save your life.
Quick. You don't want to fuck with this.
Yes, and you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, Do you ever get a little snippy in the comments? I do sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I do a little bit regret this because I should have phrased it differently. But
that's such a you thing to say. I don't regret going after this person. I regret that I could have punched it up.
Yeah,
I could have tightened it. Word economy.
This guy was like being really mean to me in my comments, and so I look at his profile because I'm just curious, right? And the only thing he has about himself is he tagged his girlfriend in his bio.
Did you message her?
So no, I looked at her profile and I see that they're like, her profile's open and she's like some type of lifestyle influencer.
Oh,
right?
what an idiot! Yeah.
Fucking idiot. Yeah. What lifestyle are you fucking influencing with your 6'2" ugly ass boyfriend? Okay, like
get
just
her.
like
get her.
like just an ugly lanky dude. Okay.
Yes.
Anyways,
this is what we're here for.
Men are
get her in here.
In the comment that he left that was mean, I basically asked her like, do you let him talk like this to people? And what I should have said was like, I hope he doesn't talk like this to you, because it's not her fault, that he's an idiot. Like, it's his responsibility.
I see what you're
ultimately.
Saying. Yes.
And then she was like, in our house, like, we agree on things. And then I kind of messaged her back. I was like, I know he's never made you come. And people went fucking crazy. And I ended up deleting it because I felt kind of bad, involving her. But then I was also like, no, both of you suck. Like, you.
So what does that mean?
Everybody sucks.
Yeah.
Everybody sucks in that.
Yeah.
If you're someone who comments
Yeah.
on things, you're crazy.
You're a crazy person.
Like, it's
someone you don't know.
To someone you don't know.
What is that?
If you see something out in the world and your first thought is you realize you
I
don't
should chime in.
you realize you don't like it, and your first thought isn't, oh, let me get away from this thing.
Yeah.
You're like, I need to let somebody know.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to know
You're
that
the
I'm
worst.
unhappy about this thing. That's where it's.
Do you feel like one social media comment section is worse than the other? Because for me, it's Facebook.
I this is my own fault. I only post on Instagram because I should do it on TikTok. I should do it on YouTube, and I should do it on Facebook Shorts. But TikTok, I don't get it. There are too many children.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not for children, and I know that.
Yeah.
Like, it's like no teenager is gonna watch my stuff and be like, this is relatable.
It's not your lane.
No. And so I'm like, I don't really care about TikTok. Facebook, I feel like I should put more of my stuff on. YouTube has been assholes to me before. Like, they're just, but YouTube is full of assholes. Like,
yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like, I should, though, be putting my stuff.
It's hard, though. I know some people like turn off commenting unless you follow them, or,
I had
like
that off for a while,
Yeah.
where it was like, you can't comment unless you follow me. And there was one that I decided to open it up for, and it got over 1 million views, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Now I gotta leave it like that. But I did turn off the ones I turned off the comments after like a week for one of the videos I posted last week, because I was like, look, I'm going to start deleting comments if they're from people that have a cartoon as a profile picture, or if you're in high school, whatever.
Yeah.
Someone comments, they go, wow, what's it like being afraid of kids? And I was like, you know what? You've all lost the right. I'm taking it all down.
Yeah.
You've lost the right
Yeah.
to even say anything
And
to
also,
me.
we should be afraid of children. Do you
They're
know what I mean?
insane.
That's crazy.
They're mean.
They're so mean.
They're mean and they're stupid. That's the worst combination.
And they have all the access, all the control.
Exactly.
You know?
So it's like, I don't.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm scared of them. It's that I don't value their opinion. But I don't want to say that, because then people, like, if you are 16 and you like the video, you're like, what? You don't value my opinion? I liked it.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I don't value theirs either.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're 16 and you're like,
yeah.
I love it, I'm like, well, what
You're
do you
gonna
know?
hate this.
Live a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I know you haven't lived, because if you truly knew life, you would hate me.
You'd
I am the
agree
worst.
with me.
You'd agree with
actually.
me,
Yeah.
but you just,
Yeah.
I can't. And I don't know. I gotta fix my brain though, because of course, like, the only ones you want to respond to are the negative ones. Of course, there are a bunch of other comments that are lovely and whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, why can't I just say thanks so much? Instead, I gotta be like, well, have you ever thought about dunking your head in a toilet? You know,
every single person that comments, you're like, are you over 18?
Yeah. Please let me know.
Yeah.
Please let me know.
I don't care.
Otherwise, I don't care.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's behind a wall.
But also, I'd
an
be
age
humiliated
wall.
if my comedy only related to people under 18. Like,
Dude,
if
could you
15-year-olds were like,
imagine?
so me, I'd be like, what?
I hate that. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, just a high school freshman. Literally me.
Yeah.
Literally
and I'd
me.
be like, oh, I should kill myself.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
Just have to sit down.
And the fire emoji comes out. We're gonna edit that into a clip.
Fuck yeah. Well, do you have speaking of realizing, you should have rephrased something. I realized with Beth's episode, when I meant to ask, because we like to end on like, do you have like a story where something crazy good has happened? But I said, do you have any good stories?
Where it's just like every story she shared is
Which
that.
in the moment she laughed at, because she heard it that way.
Yeah.
And then, but I didn't, so I was just like, yeah, fucking what. And then I was editing, and I was like, oh fuck. And I almost wanted to be like, hey, just so you know, I didn't like mean to say.
I didn't mean to say that they were good stories. They were
She
good
won't
stories.
remember that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
but I mean, her stories were fucking dog shit. But like, anyways,
Yeah, but actually, do you have any good stories?
Good story.
but like positive, like good. I mean, you kind of hit one with the Jeselnik thing. of,
Positive.
like-
I mean, I don't know. It's.
You can also share anything at this point, because now I just
Or,
made
yeah,
you
if there's something-
listen to my cleaning.
yeah, fucking Mr. Clean over here.
I guess the best and the thing that helped me the most in stand-up
Okay.
was realizing that you, as a flawed individual, is what's good. They're trying to make yourself seem like a good person or make yourself seem a certain way, like that, where people respect you, isn't fun at all.
It's like the relatability thing.
Yeah,
You,
it's-
once they see that you're actually a human.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't, I think just letting yourself get lost in your own thing on stage is really fun. I'm trying to think. And it's a good thing to have bad moments that like bring you back down to earth. I think like this year I've caught a lot of waves, and it seems like, and I know what it seems like from other perspectives of like, oh, she's gotten a lot this year. Like she gets whatever. And it's like, well, I didn't get all this without the many, many years of whatever.
You've been doing it since high school, really.
Yeah. So it's like comparing yourself is a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
This isn't a fair business. If you think it's fair, you're out of your mind. And it's only going to bring you, down by comparing yourself to other people and being like, well, they got that early and they got whatever. And it's like, yeah, well, but maybe in 5 years, they're not going to be ready to even headline. Like, you don't know. Like, that was, at JFL, it was such a clear line between the people that were stand-up people and people who were actors. That was very obvious.
Okay. Like, you mean in terms of material and performance? Or?
Yeah. Yeah. It was very, very obvious. It was like, okay, there are people, like everyone from the store represented themselves very well and clearly are like comedians, like stand-up comedians. And then there were a handful of people where you're like, I don't, you're like, this wasn't. So when people were like, oh, it's not fair. It's like, well, of course it's not fair. Like, JFL stand-up showcase isn't only about showing off stand-up. It's agents sitting there. I don't give a fuck anymore.
That's incredible.
That is scary.
That's honestly incredible.
That's hilarious.
I laughed so hard, and they like, and because I like, they're all booing me, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I like look over
like,
and I see someone going like this, and I'm like, oh fuck.
How did you recover?
I said, just kidding. I was like, we're not in Alabama. Alabama sucks.
They were like, "Whoa, okay, she's good."
Like,
that was a joke.
She's kind of crushing.
She had me in the beginning.
Oh god, it was
she
so
got
bad.
Got him.
That's fucking.
It was
funny.
so bad.
Yeah.
And after that, and then now a bomb isn't really a bomb anymore. I'm like, well, it's not 3,000 people booing you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, now you get to do theaters and stuff too, which is probably a whole different, level of, not necessarily pressure, I guess is maybe the word, but like it's a different muscle.
It's different timing.
Yeah. It's people like you have to be overly animated, and that's like something that I've been working on like a lot. And then when I get back into it's interesting though, because like I was doing a similar thing in the OR the other night and to what I was doing like at a theater, and I was like, oh, this translates very well back to here. Like the OR it's people are still like,
it's the hardest stage.
Yeah, and they like it when you're overly animated. Like they, whereas before I thought you had to be kind of like, oh, I'm chill girl comedy, no big deal. No big deal. I'm cool, blah, blah, blah. And now it's like, no, they want to be entertained just as much as anywhere else.
I love when you talk with your hands on stage because you always have like nails on.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I got to go home and glue some on.
Yeah. You're always in like the most gorgeous dress, and then you open your mouth, and I'm like, yes, we're here. We're here. We're here. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Like, when we did this show
I used to dress
Seattle.
like shit.
Really? What would you wear?
I used to dress like absolute shit because I was like, you can't be pretty and funny.
That's
like,
how I feel.
Yeah.
I mean,
I dress worse than you though.
Yikes.
I dress big baggy t-shirts, jeans, and Converse.
Yeah.
Nothing else. No
Pretty
makeup,
close.
hair up. I look like shit.
Yeah.
Dog shit. And then the second I started dressing better,
you're like,
things started getting better.
What was I trying to do? Be fucking
ugly?
A male comic?
Like, literally, what was I? Well, in what world? Like, this is, again, this is Hollywood.
Yeah.
They want you to be a star.
Yeah.
So whatever that means for you and your style and your whatever, like they're going to eat that up because they're like, this is something that we can market, that we can sell. Like viewing yourself as a product is never going to hurt you. Like it sucks, but it's like, it's the reason why I do a fucking face mask every now and again.
That's the business
Great
part
skin.
of it.
That's the business part.
It's not just like, oh, that's business. Like, that's just how it is. It's like, no, literally, when they look at you, they don't think, oh, is this person good at comedy? They think, how much money can I make off of what they do?
Yeah, exactly.
And so they're like, if it's, someone who fucking can appeal to a lot of different people, they're going to be like, yeah, that's what I want. It's like if you put yourself in their shoes, if they're trying to make money, you want the thing that's most universal.
And I think even if you are a niche, though, being good at what you are good at, though, right? Like, that's the heart of it, right? Like, if you know your audience or you know what you like or your jokes lean in a certain direction or something, like, I don't know. I was talking with Ramsey about this the other night, one of our comedy friends, and he's just like, I'm never going to do like dating jokes. That's just not my brand. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm not that audience's brand. And it's like, yeah, maybe I'm not like the fun comic that asks, couples if they're dating or whatever. But like, sorry, I'm going to talk about Saddam Hussein on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, I'll never host a late night thing. But like, I'm talking about, that's what my material is, but people who love him, and it's like, that's a good.
This is genuine.
It's genuine. So like, be yourself, but know who you are. Kind of thing, You know?
That's also when people are like, oh, my goal is just to make it. Then it's like, okay, well,
that means something different to everyone.
That means something different, but then also to me, that means, okay, you're willing to just do whatever people want to see, you'll do it just to get that level. Which it's like,
people like that.
If that's your thing, that's your thing.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
No,
because I'm like, I don't want to waste my time not enjoying anything. But then also, you paint yourself into a corner. Because then you get big doing that one thing, and people are like, now that's your thing, and you're like, well, shit, I don't even like doing this. I was just doing it to get X, Y, Z. So it is. It's like, just do what you want to do. Try to be as good as it's not. If you're doing it for the fame versus like the craft, that's when it's like, do whatever the fuck. But if you're just trying to get better, then it's like
in stand up to be famous, you're an idiot.
You're
like
an
there's
idiot.
People don't even know who the top people in stand up are. Like it doesn't. You want to do it because you feel like you literally have to do it, or else what else? You're not going to be fulfilled anywhere else. And I think like. A lot of people watch, just a few like Mark Normand, and you can watch him and his whole style, and it's very one way. If he ever changes his cadence, it's people are gonna be like, what? Who's this guy? So he's in that hole. Which maybe he could rebrand it. I don't know, but it's everyone knows Mark Normand's cadence.
And people have tried to replicate it.
People try to replicate it. And it's like, you can't replicate it.
Yeah.
It's his thing.
Yeah.
It's his thing. You can't do it.
Yeah. I think we all kind of a little bit do that when we start, maybe. Too.
You pick somebody.
Yeah.
I thought like Sarah Silverman. I used to like when I first started, I would like leave the mic in the thing, and whatever. And now I'm like, oh, you can't do that. You're crazy.
Yeah.
You like that's not gonna work for you, Kel. Like you can't. You're not stoic. You're not. You know what it is that I don't have one bit of air of mystery to me at all, and a lot of female comics do. A lot of female comics are like, ooh, what are they like? And I realized that I couldn't be like that.
You lay it all out.
I'm not mysterious.
I'm not either, unfortunately. I've tried to do that because I really like deadpan stuff a lot. And I feel like that's maybe more my humor and like my personal life. But like doing depressing shit on stage, I was like, oh, they're seeing right through me. You know, because I do feel that way sometimes. But like, I'm so loud. I'm so annoying. Like, there's no way I can get away with that.
But it's like
for an hour.
And you should be loud and annoying.
Yeah, exactly.
If you are genuinely loud and annoying.
And I am. And I am.
And I am, okay?
Yeah.
I'm really
Secret
bothersome.
revealed. Yeah.
So, no, I know.
It's like, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Where can people find you?
Oh, they can find me on Instagram at This Is Kelly Ryan and NIGHTCOOP Podcast.
Yay.
You know,
amazing.
got all
and tour dates on your website and everything.
Yes, KellyRyanComedy.com.
Amazing. Elliott, where can people find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms at Grentradish, GRENTRADDISH. Where can they find you?
At Ariana Ramic on everything.
Bing, bow, boom.
Amazing. All right, that was a pretty corny episode.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're out.